All right, good afternoon. It's a very brisk day in Pittsburgh. We're back with the Fiolas. We had a wonderful, I'd like to use the word, not even addition, but transformation of your old home to where we're at now. And we did build an addition with a kitchen renovation, kind of a main level renovation. Sitting here with Jim Little, Lori Fiola, Joe Fiola, and we just wanted to do a quick customer testimonial. First off, before we even hop into any of the questions, how are you guys enjoying the new space? What do you think?
We're loving it. I mean, it feels so much more open. And I remember sitting with you in the beginning, we talked about the laundry room and you were saying, oh, bringing your laundry upstairs is going to be life-changing. And I was doing laundry this morning and I thought, it really was life-changing. So everything has come together. We've been really happy working with you. I mean, the communication was great. There were a few glitches along the way, but you always worked them out. If something needed to be redone, you redid it. And we're very pleased with the way everything turned out. So
yeah, most of the contractors were really good. You know, responsive, like Lori said. If there was an issue, you said you would make it right, and you did. Yeah, so we're happy.
Yeah. Some of the things like the hardwood floors. You know, we have some that were original to the house, so they're 65 years old, and we have some that were put in 20 some years ago, and then the new ones. And I don't think if you didn't know where they transitioned, you would ever know. Yeah. The masonry outside was amazing. You really can't tell. Again, I don't think if someone looked at the house and looked at the addition, they wouldn't know it was an addition. The masonry work matches perfectly. The style, the architect did a great job of making it really look like the original house.
Yes, even closing the fireplace, you could never tell that the backside was closed.
Yeah, they did a really nice job.
And I do want to give a compliment to Joe and Lori, because this has been somewhat of a marathon, and there is a lot of that's to blame on our end, because we had to cycle through a couple of people with getting new jobs and finding new people to hop in. Then Jim's been hopping in, so just appreciate your patience as well. And I think we did really work as a team, everybody. Yeah. With us, the contractors, with you guys, I guess the lead architect, Jonathan Glantz at LGA and his team. But I think it's a showstopper.
I agree.
What do you think, Jim?
I just first off want to say thank you to Joe and Lori, because this is actually the first project that I was involved with at O&O, and you guys are just wonderful to work together. And I think coming from perspective of as a project manager at the time, it's a combined effort, and I think between what we've done here at O&O and with Joe and Lori, that combined effort made this an absolutely beautiful space. And Lori, you did a great job at a lot of your picks for your finishes, and I know you spent some sleepless nights thinking about them. But I'm happy I got to be a part of this project, and I can't believe the progress that we've made even in the last few months. And I'm just can't wait to see you guys fully utilize this new space.
Yeah, it's kind of a little minimalist at the moment, because we haven't, we are going to be replacing a lot of things. We haven't put decor in, so it's a little barren at the moment. It's not like an HGTV moment where it's all staged. It's beautiful, though. It's beautiful. Yeah,
it's clean.
Yes.
We're taking the opportunity to kind of start over with some furnishings and things. So it's
like I said, I think everything turned out beautiful. What I love is everything across now the main level is very cohesive. Yeah. So it's not like, hey, there's a stop and end point. The existing casework in the living room, the new casework, and painting everything, and white trim, white cabinets. And I was even talking about just how the countertops, which typically they don't go around the windows, just small little details bring out just the whole project. And even right next to the wine fridge and like the wine area, and then walking up the stairwell, those small things tying in, just beautiful. So just on another question, how was the overall experience? Obviously it was long. It was longer than expected, but how was working with the team, with the various I know you commented on the masons and everything like that, but just the overall experience and communication, how was the whole process?
Everything was good. I mean, I felt like we always got a response if we had a question. There was a project manager here most days through the process, and everything was always answered when we had a question. The communication was really good. I think you talked about not being able to see like where the transition from the remodel to the existing space, that doing the whole level over makes such a difference, and that's really a tribute to the communication, actually, because we weren't originally planning to do all the things that we did, but as we got started with the process, we just had a good feeling that the communication was going to be good, the responsiveness, and we weren't going to have the horror stories of nobody showing up for weeks at a time or anything. I mean, we pretty much had someone here every day until recently, when we were kind of in the final steps and things were slowing down. I mean, there was constant work. It seemed like your team did a great job of pivoting if something didn't come together the way it needed to, like our doors were delayed. So you pivoted and did something else instead of working on the casework. That was great. You have some good subs that I think you must have a great relationship with them to be able to swap them in and out as necessary. So that was great. We didn't, as much as the project was long, it wasn't because there wasn't work happening.
We, you don't realize what's involved when you go down this path of doing this addition and all the work we've done, right? But you guys were with us step by step, and the emails we got every week were great. All right, here's what we did last week. Here's the decisions we need to make. And once we got that email, that's when the nights with no sleep occurred. Because Laura's like, I gotta make all these decisions. So, yeah.
I think she made most of the right ones, yeah.
Yeah, she did a wonderful job. She doesn't take credit for it, but
Yes.
she did really nice the way everything ties together. It's wonderful.
We also had a lot of help, the casework throughout and everything. We worked with Courtney at Sims Lohman, and she did a great job of kind of helping us tie everything together, and she was very helpful.
You did do a very good job, Lori. It's the whole everything. It is beautiful. It really is.
My question for you guys is, you just hosted Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve here as well. What were some of the comments from family members that haven't been here to see the progress, or were here from previously before the project started?
It was wow.
Wow,
It was
sure.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody was just, with all the little intricate details, like the bar and matching, like you're saying, the stairwell. Everybody's like, how cool that was,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I think your nephew probably had the biggest reaction because he lives in Chicago, so he was not here at all during the process. Some other people had been in and out, maybe seeing things went before the finishing started. So it was probably less of a surprise to them. I think that he was probably the most shocked because he hadn't seen it since the project started. So
Right.
it is definitely a huge transformation.
Yeah, definitely. And how about the functionality? So your kitchen, probably doubled in size, right?
Yeah, and we have a bunch of people here, at the holidays, everybody gathers in the kitchen, but we had a lot of room, so,
Yeah, I mean, where we took a wall down between the kitchen and the living room, that used to be a big pinch point. There just was never enough room in that area, it seemed. And it's amazing taking 4 or 5 feet of a wall down, how much of a difference it makes.
So I just found out Joe used to own a restaurant. Do you cook here? Did you cook the dinners? Or do you guys both cook?
I cook Christmas Eve is one of my things. Make the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Did you cook beautifully?
It was delicious. beauty, yeah, it was beautiful, but it was more about the taste than anything else.
And for those of you who don't know, L&L does have their own wine blend right now. We did give Lori a bottle, and she was not able to have a glass because...
It's actually still here.
Oh, it is?
You found it?
I did. I thought that it had been consumed on Christmas Eve, but I don't know. Maybe Joe had tucked it away.
So overall, you guys happy?
Oh, yeah.
Overall satisfaction? Happy
Yeah.
with everything?
Yeah.
We're pleased that we picked you guys.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
We made the right choice.
yeah.
We're very
like
glad.
Lori said, with the comfort level we first got, that's why we ended up doing, you know, going as far as we did with the renovations, right?
I mean, we added a substantial amount of work from the
Inside and outside.
Yes.
And Roslyn Farms, for me, growing up in Mount Washington, it was always a staple of like beautiful homes in the South Hills. But I feel like this really stands out even in Roslyn Farms now. I really do.
I do think between you guys and Jonathan and selection and everything, everybody did a great job of making the old town with the new. I think you're right. You wouldn't notice that. You wouldn't think that this was an addition.
Right.
It just fits in.
Yeah.
And that's always the goal.
That was Jonathan's big thing too. I mean, when he started this all, he's like, "Oh, we want it to look like it has always been here." He did do a really nice job. You know, he helped us out. He and his fiance also is an architect, and she kind of helped with some selections and things. Helped kind of give me some reassurance that the choices were okay.
Yeah, it's amazing going from drawings to this, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've never done this before, but you guys do the drawings to the finished product all the time, and it's just like, you know, I thought it would be okay, but it...
Well, it's amazing. I mean, I'm amazed at all of the coordination that you have to pull together, and I'm on a couple of Facebook groups to kind of get ideas, and every time I see someone say they're going to be their own GC, I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Right, yeah.
And they have no idea. I mean, you can tell from their comments, they're asking like really basic questions, and I think you don't have any idea. I mean, because I couldn't appreciate everything that was involved, and I've told that to the project managers. I mean, they've all done a great job. You know, we had Lorenzo in the beginning for a while. He did a really nice job. His communication was great. And then Neil stepped in after Jim had a little stint in there too. And he was coming in with the project being 2/3 of the way done. And I think that's difficult, has to be, because he didn't know the history. He didn't know what had been done. And he did a really nice job of stepping in and finishing it off.
It is very hard to step in the middle of a project. And the other thing too is your point. Like I've been doing this for 15 years and I still learn new things every single day. It's not easy to just hop in and self-GCing unless you've done it. Not recommended. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That's great though.
It's great.
But it was great to work with you guys and get to know you. Yes, I do feel like we're all friends and it was awesome. But
Thanks.
I
appreciate it.
yeah.
We're going to come back and enjoy a
Best.
L&L blend sometime, right?
You let us know.
We'll have to have a little cocktail on the
Yeah.
patio.
Weather warms up. I would love to do that. Come over, have a drink. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Live beautifully.
Live beautifully. Do you guys feel like you're living beautifully now? 'Cause that's the whole mission.
I think it turned out beautifully, and it has made a big change, I think, in the functionality of the space.
Yeah.
So it's like, everything has been great. Everything from gaining extra storage under the addition to bringing the laundry upstairs to having a much bigger kitchen to a more open floor plan. I mean, everything has made a big difference, I think, in our day-to-day lives.
Good.
So
That's it. That's what it's all
Be
about.
a great place to age into, right?
that was some of our, our thought processes. We were going through this was to try to do things that would make it easier to stay here long term. I mean, we didn't do this with the intention of selling.
Exactly right.
We did it with the intention of staying here as long as possible.
Yeah, enjoying the space, and that's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Yeah. Thanks for picking us and putting up with us, but very, I personally, I don't live here, but I couldn't be more satisfied with from before and after. So, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for all your help, Lori. I appreciate it.
Yes, it's great working with you, Lori. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.